How's it going, guys? Welcome back, and today we are going to be embarking on a journey to relive our childhood nostalgia by playing through the entire Autobot campaign for the 2007 Transformers movie tie-in game, simply titled Transformers the Game. And so yeah, not really much else to say, let's just get straight into our first level of the game.
Bumblebee, this is Prime. Our connection to the Allspark is located somewhere within that human settlement. Discover what you can and report back to me. Decepticons, find a form. Stop the Decepticons before they find the connection to the Allspark. Stop that at all costs.
Okay, here we are. Right, let's not waste any time and get straight to our first level. Now, it has been a fair few years since I last played this game, and from what I remember, the driving controls especially are extremely janky. So please do bear that in mind and cut me some slack if I start driving absolutely horrendously at any point during these first few missions. It's going to take a bit for me to get adjusted. But yeah, here we are. First mission. Okay, destroy the drones. Pretty simple, which is what you would expect from the first mission of the game. And yeah, basically all we've got to do is just destroy a few waves of these Decepticons. It's really not a challenging mission, but I suppose it just teaches you the basic controls for now. It is weird, like, how many cutscenes there are in the first mission. Like, I don't think in any other mission there's, like, as many cutscenes that are as, like, insignificant as these. Like, yeah, fair enough if there's, like, a random character, but not just a 2-second shot of more meteors coming down. To be fair, I don't know if I've just not been paying attention, but what actually is the point, or like the story behind this first mission? Like, surely the Decepticons should know better than just to launch a full-scale invasion, like, immediately. Like, they don't even know where the glasses are yet, I don't think. Or, like, if they're gonna be here like this, why don't they just immediately go for Sam? Why are they bothered about me? Oh well, it's nice to know that I've already destroyed about 20 homes of multiple families of 4 in the first level of the game. Very heroic of me. Okay, I think there's just one. Yeah, this is the last wave. Believe me, the missions do actually get a lot more exciting than this. Especially when we start getting to some boss fights. That is where the game really gets fun. These are just kind of like nice filler levels for now. Another thing I will mention, I remember the graphics being a lot better than this. Like, yeah, I am playing on the PS2 version, which might be a factor, but I remember considering this like revolutionary. And when you look at it now, it's, yeah, it's not the worst case of aging poorly, but it's definitely not aging like fine wine. But yeah, that's the first mission done, and I pretty much just yapped the entire way through it. So, if you don't like it, I'd just click away now. It'd save you so much time.
The Decepticons have found a transformer code linked to Megatron. It is currently in possession of a human named Sam Witwicky. We must reach him before the Decepticons.
So, I do remember as a child that this next mission, for some reason, used to have me like really badly struggling, and you'll soon see that it's really not a hard mission. Like, there's probably about 5 Decepticons that you actually have to destroy, but yet for some reason I just could not for the life of me like maintain all 5 of them. Like, they'd always just get away from me. Whether that's down to just a skill issue or not, I've got no idea, but yeah. Second mission of the game, and I used to struggle like hell to actually beat it.
I know. I promised you a car. We'll go to Bolivia's used cars first thing in the morning.
Oh, awesome. You won't regret this, Dad. I promise.
All makes, all models. Guaranteed the best price and ready to deliver.
That's the Bobby Bolivia promise.
Get there, Bumblebee, before the Decepticons do.
Also, can I just mention, these guys can actually turn into cars, as you can see, but they were literally just walking down the street and no one was batting an eye. Like, what? Can we just do that? I thought we were supposed to be, like, hiding. Right. So yeah, literally just got to damage them enough. They'll transform, and then they won't bother trying to get to Sam anymore. They'll just try and, like, fight you instead. I have a suspicion that I used to struggle because, like, I used to chase them instead of, like, actually try... Like, I didn't actually use my vehicle weapons instead. That's kind of my leading suspicion as to why I used to struggle. Because the ease at which I'm actually doing this level is kind of putting myself to shame, weirdly. Okay, focus now, you're driving like an absolute lunatic. Yep, there's one, there's two. Okay, this other guy. Not so fast, mister. It's probably literally like one of the, if not the shortest mission in the game. I just don't think I did very well with missions where you've got to, like, stop something from getting to somewhere else. And you'll see this when it gets to the Hoover Dam mission. Because that one, oh my god, I think I even had to get my mum to beat that mission for me. That one's actually going to be hard. I'm dreading the Hoover Dam in this game, by the way. All those missions are just a pain.
Sam, take a look over here. I can see that this one is choosing you. Its price tag is sending you a signal.
Well, I'll be. What about this one? The Camaro. It's definitely calling me. Please, Dad.
Okay, come on, Sam. Time to deal for your wheels.
Cool, Dad. Thank you.
Okay. So, Sam's just bought his first car, and then just left. Didn't think to take the car home with him. Nor did he think, oh, that's a bit weird, when his car, for one, turned into a robot, and for two, drove off without him. No investigation needed there, whatsoever. Fair enough, Sam. I wish I could be as laid back as that. Honestly.
What? That's my car?
Oh, where can I get one like that?
He's buying us time. Come on, run!
Okay, this is where the game really starts to shine. The boss fights in this game, honestly, might be a hot take, I don't care. They are the best boss fights out of any Transformers game ever. I much prefer, like, proper hand-to-hand combat over just shooting at weak spots for 10 minutes straight. It's not fun, and it don't really feel like you're a part of the action at all. Whereas this feels like you are fully reliving the fights from the films, and when you're actually playing an adaptation of said film, I'd much rather it be this way. So yeah, love the boss fights in this game. They are the highlight for me by a mile. Whoa, okay. But yeah, I also love how, like, each boss has its own sort of gimmick to beat him. You know, like a special attack. So, like, Barricade, for example, you can't go near him unless you throw something at him first, and then it kind of, like, allows you to get near him and attack him, and you kind of got to do that a couple times in each phase. And then, like, later on we'll start, well, they all kind of revolve around throwing something at him, so I suppose it's not the most, like, innovative thing in the world, but it looks cool. So yeah, as you can see, he's going to do that, and that is going to send me flying every time I try to go near him. So pick this up, throw it at him, hit him a few times, and yeah, rinse and repeat until we beat him. Eventually, I've just remembered now, eventually we do start seeing, like, flamethrowers and different sort of attacks like that. So, you know, they have got unique attacks, but the way of beating them is like mostly the same, if not very similar. But still, much rather that over shoot this weak spot for a bit, then shoot that weak spot, then wait a bit and shoot some enemies, and then shoot that weak spot. The most fun part about Transformers for me is the hand-to-hand combat. Like, seeing like the different ways each bot fights and the cool choreography in each fight, it's just so much fun. And I love that in this game, it actually feels like you're, you know, reliving a sense of that. I just wish that the future games also kept that focus, rather than just shift into the shooting or like long range attack sort of side of things. But yeah. As for the gameplay, this last stage, everything just goes absolutely crazy. We've chosen the most explosive and dangerous place we could have possibly had a fight, and Barricade's just having the time of his life. He's not even bothered about me, he's just destroying everything. This is the best part of the Barricade fight. You get to pick him up and just niche about with him. He's not going to do anything. You can just walk around, you know, say hello to the police, maybe throw him at the police and miss. But yeah, I love just being able to throw around like these high-ranking Decepticons. It really like kind of takes away from their threat. But yeah, that is the Barricade fight and the third mission of the game complete, which leaves us with one more mission for this level, and then we move on to level 2.
You saved us. What on earth are you?
I don't think he's from Earth, Sam.
Well, whatever you are, you saved our butts back there. Thanks.
Bumblebee, good work finding the human. He has the artifact that will lead us to the Allspark. You must protect him at all costs.
It's quite a short game when you play it all in one go. Like, the missions aren't too involved, or like they don't drag out, which I kind of like when you're trying to make content for YouTube, or if you just don't have a lot of time. It feels nice just to be able to write off like most of the game in one sitting. Right, so this is probably one of the worst missions of the game, because it's so plain. Like, see what I just did there in about 20 seconds? That's it. You do that, you drive to another location, you do it again, you go to one more location, do it again, and that's it. There's a couple Decepticons that do try get in your way, but you don't actually have to fight them to beat the level, so you can just literally rattle it off in like 2 minutes. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. I don't really want to waste time here when there are a lot more exciting missions further down the line. Okay, that was just mean. That was really mean. I'm actually going to take you out for that. Interrupted me while I'm trying to explain how boring this mission is. You almost made it seem like it would be fun. There is something quite ironic about this level, and I'll wait till we actually get to it. But just notice where we went in the last level. The fight against Barricade, in that last phase, we went to the power plant. And what did Barricade do there? He blew up pretty much the entire thing, and we had to stop it. We, like, you know, he was causing destruction, and that wasn't good. He's a Decepticon, that's bad. So we had to stop it. The very next mission of the game, look what we have to do. Blow up the entire power plant that these poor workers have literally spent one entire night repairing, and we come back and just blow it up straight away. Like, are we really the good guys if this is how we're playing things? Okay, yeah, once you set off one of them, you've pretty much beaten that level straight away.
I'm Sam.
I'm Michaela.
My name is Optimus Prime, and we need your help.
Right. Level 2. We're playing as Jazz, and annoyingly, this is 1 out of 2 missions in the entire game where you actually get to play as Jazz. You know, probably the coolest Autobot with one of the best designs ever, and you get 2 missions to play as him, and once you beat those missions, you can never play as him again. Unless you obviously replay those specific missions, but you can't free roam with him. Whereas with Bumblebee, you can free roam twice. And I think the same goes for Ironhide, but he might actually have 1 more mission. And to add on to that, that is all ignoring the blaringly obvious elephant in the room, which goes by the name of Ratchet. Here he is, he's there, he's present, but yet he never appears in either campaign. He's not a boss fight in the Decepticon campaign, and he's not even a side character in the Autobot campaign. It's absolutely criminal. Like, at least Brawl, you can't play as Brawl, but he at least got a boss fight and some sort of role. Ratchet, and Bone Crusher for that matter, nothing. No, sorry, that's a lie. Bone Crusher at least shows up in as a side character in another mission. Ratchet gets nothing. That's my basic point. Yeah, okay, let's go. Go away, leave me alone. I'm just trying to be a good boy. Okay, let's stop wasting time. I do want to kind of get through this campaign reasonably quick. Like, I want to appreciate it because it's been years since I last played this game, and it was one of my favourite childhood games, so I do want to appreciate it, but I also don't want to spend too much time messing around. It's still got to be entertaining for you guys as much as it is for me. Now, I like this mission. You basically just drive around for a bit and then blow stuff up. And you can't really go wrong with blowing things up. You also get to just like fully appreciate Jazz's vehicle mode and how fast it is. Right. Don't you worry, Prime. Something big and explosive is right up my alley. There we go. Okay, and a petrol station. God. It's lagging for me. I don't know if it's lagging for you guys watching, but if it is, I do apologise, but I genuinely just think that is the game not being able to handle, like, the amount of, like, explosions and stuff that's going on. I hope this game, like, is as nostalgic for you guys as it is for me. Like, I hope some of you, at least one of you out there is watching this and, like, just getting such a kick out of seeing this again. It's definitely... This and Transformers Armada are, like, the 2 most nostalgic Transformers games for me. 100%. Are they the best Transformers games? That's for you guys to decide. I personally think Transformers Armada is the best Transformers game, with this probably being a close second due to like the layout of the game with the missions and how closely it tries to follow the story of the films. Whereas, like, my third game would probably be... Revenge of the Fallen, just for the gameplay side of things and, like, the multiplayer. Like, that game didn't really have, like, an amazing story. Like, the cutscenes were awful, if there even was any, and, like, the missions were just so repetitive, and there was too many of them, I thought. As for the High Moon War for Cybertron games, gameplay-wise, it comes after Revenge of the Fallen. Again, hot take, you can blast me all you want in the comments, but I think I've made it pretty clear that this gameplay you've seen right here is what I much prefer, rather than over-the-shoulder shooter types. But however, for the story, yeah, it's probably got to be the top. You know, tie-in games, they just follow the films, and they loosely follow the films, so the story isn't exactly, you know, a work of art. And then Transformers PS2, it was like the most basic story ever. It was just find the Minicons, stop the Decepticons getting them, the end. Unicron shows up, beat Unicron, the end. So, yeah, story-wise, obviously they're the best games, but enjoyment, which is what I mostly go off with games, yeah, that is my ranking. Transformers PS2, this game, Revenge of the Fallen, and then the War for Cybertron games, and then Dark of the Moon. I did actually quite like that as a prequel, but I do wish it was a full movie tie-in game instead, because I would have loved to have relived the events of those games, those films in a game. Like, can you imagine the Battle of Chicago in a game? Like, can you imagine how epic that would be? The highway chase, you know, I would have much rather taken that over a fairly decent but also quite inconsequential prequel. But yeah, let me know what you guys think actually. Like, what is your favourite Transformers games and why are those your favourite Transformers games? And can you understand where I'm coming from with my ranking? Or do you just think I'm talking out my ass? I can take criticism, I don't mind. I've got tough skin, guys, you know, let loose if you want to. But, you know, I'd much rather everyone be nice to each other. Kindness costs nothing. It's way more effort to be angry than to be kind. And I'm a firm believer of if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. You can say things nicely, you know, if you have constructive criticism, I'm all down to hear it. But if you're not going to say it in a nice way, or at least in a helpful way, then I'd just rather not hear it, because you're just out to hate, and I don't have time for that. Sorry for yapping so much, guys. I know you do just want to see the game, but I can't help but chat when I play games. It's like a weird, like, quirk of mine. Like, my fiance will tell you, I just can't shut up when I play games sometimes. Like, she, like, will be getting on with her own thing. Like, say with Minecraft, she'll just be doing her own thing, and then I'll just stop her from doing her own thing and fully lay down my entire plan for, like, this build that I'm doing. But I enjoy it, and she enjoys hearing about it. So it's a win-win, I suppose. I just hope that you guys enjoy it too. I've got to say, considering Jazz, later on in the game, takes down probably two of the strongest Decepticons on Earth at this time, that being Blackout and Starscream, how is he constantly getting himself into trouble with peasant drones like this? Like, come on, Jazz, fend for yourself at least a little bit. Like, I think it would have been cool if, like, during these segments, Jazz was also there fighting the Decepticon drones with you. Like, I think that would have been really cool. Like, that's one thing I'll give the later games credit for, is there's at least, like, some semblance that you are part of a team and not just an individual robot. Like, can you imagine the final battle in Mission City? Like, you're just driving around and you drive past Jazz fighting Starscream and Blackout. Like, something like that, you know what I mean? There should be a Transformers game that functions like a Lego game, where you can switch between the characters, but they each have, like, their own thing going on. So, like, you do feel like you're part of a war, and you can control whoever you want. There should be something that feels too, like, obvious to not have it be a thing already. Like, we need a resurgence of Transformers games ASAP. They need to come back, and they need to be full-fledged AAA games. I'm sick of having, like, low effort or low budget Transformers games that don't really go all the way. We need someone to take the time to do it. But unfortunately, I cannot see that happening anytime soon. So yeah, this guy is all about the throwing. Throw something at him, and then throw him. He's really strong though. If he gets too close to you, you will get sent flying. Like, look. Yeah. He's a strong guy. Where are you? Just, what are you doing, man? Is that it? Yes. There we go. That took slightly longer than I would have preferred. And I think I literally yapped the entire level. It's only in that, like, last phase that I actually took notice of what I was doing.
Optimus, Bumblebee
Yes. The Big P himself, Optimus Prime. And unfortunately, his first mission and introduction to the game is one of the most frustrating missions from memory, because the driving controls are just not great, especially by today's standards. Like, I remember back in the day that this mission was absolute torture, and that was before playing games like GTA or Forza or Need for Speed, where driving's actually a proper, like, system. But yeah, basically, you've got to just chase this helicopter down, and if you don't stay within the green zone, you run out of time and you fail. But as you can see, there's just everything in your way, and you've actually got to go quite fast to catch up. And so if you mix the unpredictableness of the nitro boost with the sheer amount of obstacles in your way, you're just bound to like go flying or get stuck. I think you've also got to bear in mind, guys, my frame of reference for this game is literally like 11 or 12-year-old me, so if I do kind of sound like I'm making things sound worse than they are, you've got to kind of remember that that is how I remember these missions. That's basically me just making an excuse for how not bad this mission actually seems right now. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? Straight over the top. And I got stuck. Bumblebee, I'm coming! Oh god. No! Oh, Prime. No! I'm trying, man, I'm trying. Okay. Oh my god, I got stuck again. Prime, stop jumping. I refuse. Like, I'm going to try my best to not fail a single mission in this playthrough. Especially not one of the first, like, 2 levels of the game. I want this to be as smooth as possible and not frustrating in any way, shape or form. So you could think of it as a little Transformers Nuzlocke if you wish. Apart from, I will not be giving up on the game if I die. I'm just going to be trying not to die. That made sense in my head. I don't know how that sounded out loud. That made sense to me.
I have failed you, my friend, but I won't leave you to ruin.
Right, now we have a good mission. This is one of the few major missions, so not like your standard defeat a bunch of Decepticons. This is one of the few major ones that actually was not part of the movie in any way, shape or form. And for those of you who don't know, this is the Shockwave boss fight. And yes, I hear you. Shockwave was not in the film, but yet here he is in the game. I don't know why they did this, but I'm glad they did. This is a very fun boss fight, and Shockwave has a very cool design. Dark of the Moon design is still better, but for a like first movie, if they had this in the first movie, I would not have been mad. See, look at that design. That is so cool. Like, it's cool to have a Shockwave design where he actually turns into a vehicle. Like, I love Dark of the Moon Shockwave. One of the best designs throughout the entire films. But since he doesn't actually transform in the films, they did actually have a lot of leeway with how creative they could make his design. Whereas this, like, this is just a great design that actually has 3 modes, believe it or not. Now, if I was a critic, which I am not, I would complain that Shockwave doesn't really pose much of a threat in this fight. Like, his main focus is destroying the city, and then once you do attack him, he will kind of go for you, but not really. For such a major character and like a bulky design, like, you'd expect a bit more fight. But that's if I was a critic, and I'm not a critic, so I just really enjoy this fight. No, don't fly away. Oh, come on. Can I shoot him out the sky? Oh. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe I should have, like, done a quick once over when it came to the controls. I forgot you could block, and I'm pretty sure you can roll. Yeah, if you double tap forward, you can roll. Never knew that growing up. Okay.
Shockwave, come in. Megatron has been located. Starscream. Shockwave, come in. Complete
Barricade still would come at the top, and then this would go below barricade, I think.
Bumblebee, Sam, and Michaela. Autobots, transform and roll out.
Now this one, this is the mission, or the level rather, that I have been dreading since I decided to pick this game up again. All 4 of the missions in this level are frustrating and very overwhelming. And yeah, I just have no idea why they did this. It's such a random but also major difficulty spike for this game. And it's like, it doesn't maintain this level of difficulty either, like for the next 2 missions. So yeah, just a random spike in difficulty. Right. This one is one that I mentioned earlier when I referenced the second mission of the game, where you have to stop the Decepticons getting to a location. That mission, not that hard in principle. This mission, frustrating as all hell. The drones are actually like reasonably fast, and they don't stop trying to get to their location. And that location isn't even that far away. Like, as you can see, it's literally just down there. So yeah, it very quickly just becomes really overwhelming and frustrating. I think we have to deal with 2 for this one, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, this is what... Okay, the next one's where you have to get 2. Oh, wow. Really? Really? Okay. This game loves, like, making me sound like an overdramatic idiot. Like, please, for those of you who have played this game before, please back me up in saying that this mission is, like, really frustrating. Please. I can't be stood corrected 3 times in a row. This is where we have 2 to deal with. Come on. Come on. Okay. Oh, wow. Is that 1 out the way already? Guys, I promise. Please hear me out. I promise. It was harder than this growing up. It was. Now, I know the fans mission. I know that most of you had problems with that one. I know, because that's the most talked about mission of this entire game, because of how frustrating and overwhelming and difficult to complete it is. So I will not be stood corrected 4 times. I will not. I refuse. If I beat this mission without any issues, guys, I quit. I'm not going to play any more of this game. That's a very bold statement to make, and based off my track record, I'm going to regret saying that, but it can't. The memory is too clear with this one. The other one's, you know, a bit shaky. This one, it's too clear. I am going to lock in, though. I still want to maintain my, like, no failing objective. So, right. See what I mean? Just everything gets in your way. Come on, come on. No, 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 no. Come on, Bumblebee. Oh my god, oh my god. Right. Right. And that's just 1. You've got to do 5 of these. And that didn't even count as 1. Go, 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 go. Go, Bumblebee, go. No, 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 no. I think having the objective of not failing a mission is making this so much more, like, tense for me right now. Oh, come on! Oh, I can see that fire catching up. I can see it. I can see it. Ooh. Ooh, okay. That was a bit tight. That was a bit tight. Squeaky bum time there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh no, oh no. Can I shoot the rubble out the way? Oh god! Go! Go, 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 go! Ooh. At least I can confidently say I do not stand corrected, and this is a very difficult level. Let's have an easier one this time. Can't do two like that in a row. Nice. Not nice, not nice, not nice, not nice. Oh my god, oh my god. Get off me. Okay. That kind of mellowed out at the back end of that. I don't think, like, it's not that you take damage from the fire and it's until you die. I think, like, literally, if you just get caught by that fire, the mission ends. So that's what, like, makes it, like, so tense. Is you can't really, like, squeeze your way through on, like, 1 HP. If you get caught, that's it. Definitely one of the longer missions, I must say. Oh, come on. Come on. We've got a bit of playroom. Okay, no, we're running out of playroom. Oh, right. Last one. So it's this one, and then we've got one where we've got to, like, climb up the things to destroy something. That's all I remember from them. I can't remember if they're, like, difficult or not. And then it's the Allspark one, and I think that one can go either way. Let's just focus on this one for now. Let's not think too far ahead. Oh my god, get out of my way. Come on, Bumblebee. You're a trooper. Oh, this is easy. Spoke too soon. I'll wait till I get out to speak again. Okay, nice. Oh, thank god that's out of the way. Those two missions back to back were probably my, like, most dreaded missions. So I think from now on, I can just relax. I can relax and I can just enjoy the rest of the game. Okay, now what? Oh, sound. So what's this one? Throw the generators before they explode. Okay. I think this one seems like it could also go either way. Especially when this is how slow we're going to climb. No sense of urgency whatsoever. I mean, come on. Pick that up. Can I throw it at the other one? Oh, God. This is just like, this climbing speed is just reminded me of when I was younger, on the last level of the game, I, for some reason, used to actually spend the time to climb up the tallest building in the game. And after, you know, realising how slow the climbing speed actually is, I've just got to say, how? How did I have the patience for that? And why? I'm pretty sure I just would climb up it to then immediately jump off it again. Like, there's nothing up there. There's no benefit to doing that. God, I was a weird kid. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, there isn't a difficulty setting, or at least I didn't see one when booting the game up, so I'm pretty sure this is the game as I played it when I was younger. I don't think, like, you guys let me know, I don't think there is a harder difficulty than this. I don't know, just a random thought then, because I swear I remember, like, being close to dying a lot more often when I was younger. I don't think we've actually had, like, a close scare this entire time. Last mission of the Hoover Dam. This is one where we might actually see our first death. Because I'm pretty sure, like, Megatron shoots you, but weirdly, like, it doesn't really, like, register that you've been damaged. Like, you've probably noticed, like, you take damage in this game, and there's not, like, a red screen that pops up, or, you know, anything like that. Your health bar in the top left corner just slowly starts going down. And I think because Megatron does as much damage as he does, you don't tend to notice how quickly or how close you are to death. That's what I remember from this mission anyways. And I also need to remember, because I saw someone doing this in a playthrough one time, that you can shoot like the tanks to the side of Megatron and that will keep him frozen. I never once knew that you could do that growing up, and that probably explains a lot. But yeah, you can actually do that, so I need to remember to do that. Megatron should come loose now. Oof. Yeah, he does damage. He does damage. We need to... Yeah. Okay. Don't we have to, like, shoot something? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay, lock in, Ben. Lock in. So Megatron's bar is all the way down. Oh, and I'm guessing when it fills to the top, that's when he starts shooting me again? Okay, can we start shooting him again? No. Okay, now we can, now we can. Ah, come on. Nice. Okay, okay. You all can get lost and all. Not helping whatsoever. I've always wondered, and I might make a video on it one day, if no one else has, or if no one else has made like one that answers my question to my satisfaction, but why are the Autobot creations always immediately evil? You know what I mean? Like in the film, they, you know, come to life and immediately attack things, and in this game, it only spawns evil machines. Like, why is that? Like, I think, you know, it might have something to do with, say you just popped into existence. Would, like, your instinct tell you to just lash out and attack everything around you? Like, bear in mind, you don't understand, you don't know anything. Like, I feel like there is a level of that, but I don't know, it also doesn't feel that satisfactory to me. I may look into that one day and make a video on it, because it is a curious question. And I'd love to see if that's the same in other continuities as well, or is it just the live action films? Because that could also just explain a lot right there.
To tear it down piece by piece until we find them.
It will be done. Lord Megatron.
Lord Megatron.
Rise, Decepticons. We have much to do.
Okay, so one more 4-mission level to go, and then it's the Megatron boss fight, and then that's it. What's this first mission? Are we... Okay, we're Ironhide and we have to protect Bumblebee. Yes, it's coming back to me now. But yeah, that building there. I used to climb up that as Bumblebee. Probably, you know, now that I think about it, probably would take me like 5 minutes based on how slow he goes. And then I'd just jump off. The mind of a child is definitely a curious and also confusing one. I feel like this mission is more of a filler one, as the game kind of gets quite intense after this. You know, there's like a boss fight in every level. In every mission, sorry. Yeah, there is. There's Barricade, Starscream, Blackout, and Brawl. Yeah, this one kind of feels out of place compared to them. Like, would it have not been cool? And I'll explain why this probably can't happen, but would it not have been cool to have this mission instead be the Optimus versus Bone Crusher fight? Like, you know, to round off the 4 boss fights, and also to allow you to actually defeat every single Decepticon in the game. Like, that would have been so much cooler, and it also would have allowed us to relive one of the best moments from that film. Now, to play devil's advocate to that, they probably didn't add it in because it would have required an entirely different location, and the formula of this game is there's 4 missions in each level in one location, and that's about it. So yeah, you know, they would have had to have made an entirely separate location just for the sake of one mission, and so it would have broken the formula. But they also could have simply have just taken it off the highway and put it somewhere in Mission City. 2 sides of a coin.
You won't get away this time. There's nowhere for you to run.
What? From you? In this fight to the end.
That will be sooner than you think.
And unfortunately, Starscream's right. Alright. Now, this mission, my favourite mission in the entire game. It's gotta be most people's favourite mission. You literally take down 2 Decepticons in one mission. Starscream, second in command, and Blackout is just an absolute unit. And not only that, but you do it as the smallest Autobot. Like, you feel like you've actually earned a victory when you finish this level. It's not just about abusing the game's mechanics. Like, you have overpowered these 2 giants, and you are the underdog. It's just so good. I love this mission. Come on, Starscream, you're nothing. Oh, get away.
If I were you, I would have called for backup too.
Is this... Oh yeah, and then you have to, you know, attack the odd Decepticon in between. Nothing we haven't done before. And this is also where the flamethrower guy comes in that I was talking about earlier. So, if you were paying attention, which I don't doubt that you were, then yeah, this is the payoff to that conversation. I got you while you were coming down. Oh. Yeah, it's risky throwing cars because they'll just blow up. Trees are always your best option. Is this Blackout now? Yeah, I think this is Blackout. Imagine seeing, like, imagine if this was actually how things played out in the film. Like, Jazz literally takes on Blackout and Starscream. That would have been so cool. And at least it would have given Jazz a bit more time in the spotlight as well. You know, after he had that quick fight with Brawl, that was basically it for Jazz. Yeah, it would have maybe been cool to see Jazz take on all the Decepticons. But I say that about every film. Like, I always go into it expecting that each Autobot's going to fight each Decepticon. And I can't help but get disappointed by my own expectations there. Like, say, for example, we have The Last Night, where they had a ton of, like, images of the characters and their vehicle modes before the film came out. And I was under the impression that we were at least going to see Hound versus Onslaught. And I got so hyped for that fight. And it just never happened. In fact, Onslaught didn't even get a fight. He got taken out before even landing a punch on another Autobot. And so that kind of plays into my thing of, like, I always end up getting slightly disappointed when I don't see certain characters even get a chance to interact with others. Because I also think it would have been cool to see all of, if not at least some of the Autobots take on Devastator and Revenge of the Fallen. Like, don't get me wrong, Skids and Mudflap versus Devastator was really cool. And you know, still a jaw-dropping scene. But, you know, that was it. He had a quick fight with Skids and Mudflap, and then the humans ended up taking him out. And I just think that's such a massive wasted opportunity to have a really cool action scene where all the Autobots have to team up against him. And I've kind of lost my point from yapping so much, but I think I basically mean that I wish the films did have at least one scene where each character interacts with another. Like, you know, I'm not expecting anything crazy, like, you know, Jazz takes on two of the most high-ranking Decepticons on his own, but, you know, they could have at least had Jazz join Ironhide and Ratchet in protecting Sam as he ran towards the building, and then you could have had stuff like this where, you know, they get a chance to fight each and every Decepticon, and then after that is where maybe you could have put Jazz's death scene. But at least you know, you got to spend a bit of time watching him fight before he dies. How that would play into like the pacing, I actually don't know. I'm not a writer, but I think the point's there. At least, I hope. Can I pick this? Can I actually pick this? Whoa. Oh, come on. Let me throw it. Starscream, come here. Oh my god, where did that even go? Right, lock in, Ben. They're actually doing bits here. Get out of there. Oh my god. We need to go. We need to go. This is the downfall of talking and not concentrating. Find some health. Oh, health. Let me... They're not regenning, are they? Or do they just have that much health? I keep missing those shield attacks. There we go. Alright. If we can at least get... Yeah, there we go. Right, Blackout's gone. Will he drop me some health? For being such a good boy? There we go. What? Why has he got health again? How long is this fight? That's got to be a glitch. There's no way Blackout's back. Oh, don't run away. Who's that fun for? Alright, one more hit. Right. Have we actually... Yes, there we go. Did get a bit worried there when I saw Blackout's health return. I was like, there's no way there's another phase to this fight.
I just took out 2 of them. But number 3 might be a problem. How quick do we get here?
And unfortunately, in every universe, Jazz just can't catch a break. One of the best Autobots from that movie, and he just had to die. I get that, you know, it raises the stakes and kind of sets the tone to have an Autobot die, but... Oh, I just wish it wasn't Jazz. I wish we could have seen him interact with characters like Sideswipe and Dino in the future. It would have been so cool. Hey ho, let's kill Brawl for killing our friend. So I forget Brawl's mechanic, if there is one. I think it's to do with him being in his tank mode. I forget. Ah, I see, right, yeah, you do so much to him and then you got to fight drones. Come on then. You think you're all that? Yeah. That's nothing, mate. Ah, yeah, this is it, yeah. I like how, like, they've kind of tried to follow the film here, where you've got a... Whoa! That was not intentional, but it worked out. We got closer to Brawl. But yeah, what I was saying is, I like how, like, that is one of the few times where they really did try to follow the exact scene of the film, where you've got to avoid his missiles. At this point, guys, you should be on my side. You know, you should be shooting him, not me. We should all be in the clear right now, and all be on the same side. You could at least pretend that you're neutral in this. You know, fire the odd warning shot at a Decepticon to at least give the impression that, you know, you're trying to protect your planet and not just kill the only people defending you. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, unfortunately, there's not really much to talk about with this fight, I suppose. Because Brawl's not that exciting of a boss, and, you know, Decepticon drones are Decepticon drones. They're never that exciting. I'm coming, Brawl. I'm hoping that this is the last phase. Weirdly, like, compared to all the other missions we've had, this is the one that I'm finding the least sort of attention grabbing. Is that the right word? Or least engaging. Can't really explain why either. I'm trying to think why, you know. I get to fight Brawl. But just not really that bothered about this one. I mean, I have been playing for an hour and a half straight. So, whether that's just fatigue, which I think it might be. I'm playing this at like 10 to midnight. I've already been going for an hour and a half. And I'm right near the end of the game, so do excuse me if the tiredness starts to come through in little segments like that. I don't mean to. One more mission, then it's the Megatron boss fight, and then that'll be it for this video. If you've made it this far into the video, then please do leave a like and comment. It clearly means that me and you share similar interests in Transformers and that you like my content, so it'd be much appreciated if you could subscribe and like and even comment to let me know that you did enjoy the video. It means a lot to me, and for someone who's really still only just near the start of making this channel, it goes a long way. Like, I don't forget certain people who repeatedly comment on my videos or like them. Like, I remember your names. I've got a notepad of people who have been here since the start, so, you know, just proves that it means a lot. Transformers is my passion, so to be able to have a platform to talk about it and share that kind of passion with a bunch of people, you know, it's really special to me. And yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy this video. I thought I'd do something a little bit different, a little bit more laid back and, you know, easy in a certain way for me, because then, you know, editing intensive videos, they just take me ages. I don't have a lot of time. I only really have a weekend to actually do any editing. And so it just ends up meaning that it takes me like a month to post a 10-minute video. And I feel really guilty about that, guys. Like, I don't like leaving you guys with nothing for a month. And especially when I'm trying to grow my channel, I want to be consistent. I want to be able to post every week. But it's just not possible if I want to be improving my quality and my editing style as much as I'm trying to do. So doing a video like this allows me to spend as little time as possible editing it while still, you know, still making it as entertaining as I can. But yeah, allows me to spend little time editing and just get it out to you guys. So, you know, if you want to, if you're interested in me as a person, it's something to watch. If you want to, you know, go on a nostalgia trip and relive the campaign to this game, this is for you. If you don't really care about this type of video, then you can just wait till my next one. Like, I don't really see a negative side to posting a video like this, so here we are. Okay, so this is the last phase of the last mission, and how fitting is it that we are fighting Barricade once again? Some might say that it's a bit repetitive to have the exact same fight again, but I would personally say that it's always fun to fight Barricade, and it's very fitting to have him be the first and also technically the last boss that you fight in the game. And it also, like, gives justice to those film fans who unfortunately did not get to see a resolution to Barricade in that first film, as Michael Bay himself, if I remember correctly, he even admitted to just completely forgetting about Barricade when it came to the final act of the film. Which, yeah, that is frustrating, because with him forgetting about Barricade, it then led on to the infamous association with him constantly disappearing from films. as he showed up again in Dark of the Moon after missing out on Revenge of the Fallen entirely, just to then have about 2 scenes, and technically he did actually die, but they kind of retconned that, so he didn't actually die there, which means he just disappeared. Which then led to him showing up in The Last Night with a brand new design, really cool looking design, amazing looking vehicle mode, and then he got 0 hand-to-hand combat fight scenes, and as you can probably guess, he completely disappeared before the final fight.
You did it, Bumblebee.
This is insane.
Oh my god.
It's not good. We're done.
This is all that stands between me and the Allspark? Bumblebee! Give me what is mine! Give me the Allspark!
Sam, run! Don't let him get the Allspark!
Time.
This ends here.
Oh my god, that was a quick cutscene.
Has to end here.
I was trying to have a drink. Alright. Anyways, here we are, guys. The last mission of the game. And it's, you know, I wouldn't say it's anticlimactic. Because Megatron does actually have the special attack ability. And I wouldn't say it's anticlimactic, because Megatron does actually have every special attack in the game. So it makes him a lot more of an interesting fight than any other boss in the game. However, at the same time, I don't know, there's a bit too much of like just standing around waiting for Megatron to finish an attack and then throwing something at him, especially considering this is the final boss and it is Megatron himself. So I don't know what I'd do to remedy that. Like, I'd keep him doing all the special attacks, but I would also have him, like, a good chunk of it be him just wanting to full-on scrap you. Like, no rules, no restrictions, just full-on hand-to-hand combat. You see what I mean? Like, I can just stand over here. Megatron is the biggest threat to the planet, and I'm kind of just waiting for him to come to me. Apart from that, though, guys, I don't want to just sound like a complete negative Nancy here. This is a really cool boss fight. And overall, this is still such a fun game. And even though you've just watched me play through it, I would still highly recommend that you guys pick this up and try play it in any way you can. Because, yeah, you can just have so much fun. You can run around, destroy buildings, climb up them, like, you can just have a good mess around other than doing the missions. And there is also, like, challenge mission sort of things as well, if you get bored. So, there's enough to do, there's 2 campaigns, it's so much fun. Definitely worth playing if you haven't already, and if you have, you've got to give it a replay, man. Like, I know I've kind of breezed through it after, you know, talking it big and all that, but I also like that. Like, I like that I've just been able to pick it up and get through this entire campaign and appreciate the game for what it is without sticking around too long to the point where the flaws become really apparent. And I think that's the best way with these old games, is you don't really want to stick around and notice how bad the game has aged over time. This must be the last phase. This is a mixture of all 3 attacks now. Oh no, just the 2. That's fine. And there we go, guys. That's Megatron, and also the game finally beaten. We'll watch this final cutscene, and then I'll do the outro, and then I'll see you in the next one.
For now, the Decepticons are defeated, and though it came at a heavy cost, fate has yielded an unexpected reward. A new world to call home. We live among its people now, hiding in plain sight, protecting them. For freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Could not have said it any better myself. All that needed was a little bit of Linkin Park, and it would have been a 10 out of 10 game. But with that, guys, that was the entire Autobot campaign for the Transformers 2007 movie tie-in game, and if I had to rank each level from most favourite to least favourite, it would probably go The Last Stand, The Suburbs, More Than Meets the Eye, Inside Hoover Dam, and then The Ultimate Doom. As for the Autobot campaign as a whole, I'd give it around a 7. The missions are super fun, the boss fights were brilliant, and like I constantly say, I really do love the hand-to-hand combat. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to let me know in the comments what you think of this game, and do feel free to leave a like and hit that subscribe button so that you can stay tuned for when the Decepticon video comes out. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.